All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's Monday, and we've got San Jose State versus Houston. Zach, are you there, my man?
Sure am. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, and okay, these guys joined really fast. It was 8 out of 10 guys, but we'll talk about them while they do their knife. It is gonna be on Cobblestone, so San Jose State versus Houston. This is our conference, uh,
Sure
mind you.
is.
But quickly, briefly, let's talk about Houston real fast.
Houston's got a couple of spring wins, unfortunately, over St. Clair College, RIP, but they did lose to Carleton and Maryville. So, what actually this kind of sets things up for is if Houston's able to take this game against SJSU, it's like going to be like a weird quadruple triangle square kind of effect between a bunch of different teams here, and it's going to be really tight in the standings for who's playing. But the players to watch
Yeah.
for this side's got to be Panzor or Thani. They're both just high fragging players. Recent applicants to Div S as well. So. Uh, I mean, I can't say enough about those guys from what the stats are showing me right now, at least.
Yep, and San Jose State, what can we like how they've been doing and who should we look out for?
Well, they didn't take any losses in the fall. They were 6-0, which is a solid record. They did lose though to Carleton and LSU, so stumbling out the gate early, and a team that maybe was the favorite to take this conference before Carleton kind of caught fire is now kind of on the outside looking in, and they're going to need a big win today. I think they kind of almost have to win this game. Players to watch: Armand's been around as long as collegiate esports has, I'm pretty sure, and Jeremy is a very good talent that this team has. So they have, each team has a couple of solid fraggers with a lot of good support behind them, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens today.
All right, into the game we go. So Night Frown, I believe, I'm not too sure when to. I don't know if you caught that, but SGS movement on the T side. Fast pace play towards B. Actually, it's equalized out. And Coco Butter gonna find Tony to find the advantage. Panzor holding towards Chicken Coop. Oh, he's holding up, and oh my god. It is now down to Armand for San Jose State to keep this alive.
While needing to get something done here from Door, very solid shots in the site, clutch shots that UHP needed to hit. Armand needs to hit one though. He will find Cash for 1 second, but not. The other isn't just yet. And who gets the gush on the one shot through the rock, and the work has started. He's got a whole minute to work with here, but UHP are holding their ground.
Yeah, it's all down to they need to get a headshot onto Armand right now, but he's gonna actually come close and personal. Doesn't check rock. He's gonna fight this player, and he has a good idea. But he might just get sandwiched and he needs to kill one of these players right away.
He knows what he needs to do. They're taking damage. They're playing this so carefully. Armand looking for the player. Platt is going to fight Panzor for just one more second.
Oh, he puts himself in a bad situation. That player actually held Platt. Be really tough, but he peeks wide. And oh, gets taken back. And Panzor, like you said to watch out, has found a 4K in the pistol for Houston.
See, and like you can kind of tell that the tag team there of Thani and Panzor are already getting things done. I just noticed that the underscores in their name, I think it's like kind of like a friendship bracelet. The one has it after their name, the one has it before. I've seen teams do that before, but it's just a funny thing between two solid fragging performances. Thani hitting a really important shot in sight, and Panzor being able to survive as long as he did is going to shut down that push almost entirely, leaving Armand to try to clutch out, and he's not going to be able to do so, but they will upgrade onto pistols. 3 CZs and 2 Deagles to work with. Just a couple of flashes, going to hope to hit a couple of shots here. SMGs galore going to be the story for Houston.
Yeah, now pretty insane round for Panzor. See how San Jose choose to take this round. Oh, some legs. That's going to be cool, kids, to take down the 34 HP. Panzor wants to peek. He's actually going to take Jeremy down to 11 HP. So down they go, full commitment. As the ball lurks its way towards the long B.
Panzor just getting his repositioning right, realizing for 1 second that they may be down drop, but Thani's going to have a tough job here. The UMP at distance is going to be blinded up, and they know he's in Coop now. Needs to survive just a little bit longer before so Panzor can help him. He'll find 1 kill, looking for another with that M4, and SJSU being shut down in their tracks here into the site, being lined up. Friel going to be the first to chime in, taking down fire. Going to be put in a pretty bad spot as a result, and he'll go down to Panzor, who's just farming up, and it's 2 4Ks in a row for him, so I think this guy wants some ADR.
Oh wow, padded stats, right? Nah, just he's doing pretty good, holding it down, right? They try to
He's
attack
playing
B,
like, yeah,
and it's being stopped. So
Ooh.
tactical, I guess.
I like that. I kind of like that actually. They're kind of deciding what they're gonna do in their gun round, and this is a good way to kind of realize, you know, oh maybe they're just maybe it was an accident. I was about to talk about it as maybe a good idea. You know, Strong Legs talked about it, calling it the Strong Legs tack pause. Just calling it like maybe not necessarily this one, calling it on your first reset, but calling it, you know, just so you know what you're doing on your first very important round that's coming up in the game. It can work wonders.
No, so this is actually a technical, and time has expired. Apparently it's a tactical.
But the clock is going.
Yep. Regardless,
Okay. That's a lot of knife kills.
wait, is it? Oh my god.
That's a flip Ruby too.
Oh. Well, 2-0. Houston now pretty clean. With 5 players to Long B. First to sacrifice himself is Dom. And in come the rest of the family. Cash D on the other side. 21 bullets to hold this off.
They're so close to each other. Armand goes flying through. Kashi swings onto him, and they're trying to take him down here. He needs to get more flight. Spray with the Deagle. He will find just one kill there. Coco Butter left all alone in a solid hold there from Cash. Gonna find a 4K on the play. Wow.
Now, I actually like
it's a 4K in every round now for Houston.
Regardless of Houston finding that round, Cash D held it down.
Yeah.
But San Jose, actually, I like what they did there. And this is what I was trying to like teach my players. If you know a player's like held up in a position or may just be like in a textbook spot, whoever is first out, if they hop like crazy, force that player off like the hold angle, like that, the ang itself. The next person should get the trade right away. Right? They're obviously on the eco, right? So
Yeah.
someone's got to sacrifice themselves. But obviously the spam Deagle, it's really close, and yeah, the Deagle's gonna do a lot of damage with the spam like that.
They had blocks too, but straight out B. Thawny's gonna be the first to chime in here for UH Premier. He's quickly traded off, and Dom through the smoke finds Cool Kids and draw. Panzor from the top of the tree gonna find one as a reply. Needs to find another, but Dom gonna shut him down in the process. Cash now needing to clutch in a 1v2. SJSU heading straight out into the B site.
A real quick kill turned into a 1v1. We're gonna stick to Jeremy and put this extra. He spots it out, but he chooses to spray off the angle, just kind of like a millimeter, pixels. Cash will win that fight, finding the last 2. So UH Premier, both these teams look like they have a nice history of yeah.
Yeah.
I know San Jose State, UH Premier, my players have experienced that actually, firsthand. But that's okay. If you win the rounds, it doesn't matter. If they get into your head, that's on you.
You know what? It's definitely a thing. You know, trash talk is always going to be a thing. It's a thing in professional sports too. Obviously, there's always a line with everything, but maybe showing that BM, if you don't let it affect you. UH Premier finding a first kill once again, but Friel with a quick trade gonna fall off as a result. Bomb still oriented towards the B site.
San Jose, they've got the max loss bonus after this round if they do choose to lose it, if they can choose. But bomb down on the default as they try to find some space. Now looking at the map right now, pins were set up. They actually give up drops really huge, and Tawny able to find Armand. The bomb on the back of Friel as they try to establish some kind of take on B.
This is what they want. They're gonna get a player down drop. Cool Kid's gonna let his teammates know. Now Tawny needs to find a kill, but he's found out by Friel quickly and taken down. Panzor once again quick on the trade frag. Will it be enough? 2 players from SJSU trying to make their way out, and Cool Kid's gonna find a kill. Coco Butter finds one in the meantime, and 2-on-1 favoring UH Premier here.
Yeah, Cool Kid, Grey Jason baited out Cash D in the full peak. It's clean. UH Premier, I can't say, like, I remember Houston from last year. They do have a Division 2 team as well that they're trying to cultivate as well. And as far as I can remember, they were like okay last year. It seems like they're doing pretty well. Well, mind you, San Jose State has changed, like you did say in the fall. They were 6-0.
Yeah.
But they've been suffering some scheduling issues. We don't see C-Dub right now.
Yeah, these are big names that SJSU is missing.
Yeah, right, indeed. And already starting out this Eco, SJSU. Easy, and Cash D actually picking up 2 frags. Now, Rifles did get picked up here, but is Dom and Armand now? Lots of time. The rest of UH Premier just slowly converging with the information that's been given. Like, going back, like, when this round plays out, is an Eco. It'd be amazing if Armand could pull some kills early, but yeah, San Jose, they've been having some trouble.
Oh yeah. Like I said, they were one of the schools that was maybe... Oh, and Dom gonna go for the wide peak on the angle. Armand with the trade. Clinical example of what you were just talking about earlier. But
I think they
I don't
wouldn't
know.
expect to play it close like that, though. That's
Not,
kinda,
yeah. I don't know. It's not... I think he was maybe jumping across, maybe thinking there was an op on APC and not like somebody on the close angle.
Yeah.
Just trying to bait out that shot.
That
Oh, it's a
op did,
clinical example
claim a
of
life
it,
as
but-
well, Stu. So that is smart, but they had a smoke to play with.
Yeah, they could have done a little bit more there. And playing for a trade frag kind of like that in this situation, it's going to give Armand a chance to get the bomb down, maybe some more money for SJSU, but that's playing the long game here. And with UH Premier about to go up onto 6 rounds on the less favored side of this map.
Yeah.
What he's doing,
Time's
he's already
ticking.
snuck in.
He's trying to get this bomb down is what he's trying to do.
Panzor knows.
In my case, he's 1 around.
Oh yeah.
He denied 2 guns, get the bomb down, he smokes off. Okay, this is doable. Oh my god, if he got that kill, this is so in his favor. He just needs to find these 1v1s. Knows that they're fully peek on the lane. Oh, finds one towards the tree. Oh, finds a second. 1 bullet. Switches to the deagle. Here's a player. Oh my god, Armand. You've longed for this. So many years I've watched you play. You can pull this off. Oh my goodness. 14 HP. He's got this round of bag. Let's go, baby. San Jose, they fight back. They find their first round against UH Premier.
A ghost of C-Dub. Didn't he clutch in that exact same spot? That same situation?
Yes, exactly. That has happened before in another collegiate league, but that is
Yeah, I think I remember that clip. Yeah, he's like channeling his inner C-Dub there.
Oh, Armand.
And like I said, he's a veteran of this. Like, Armand's been around as long as I remember collegiate esports being around. He was on the first iterations of this
yeah,
lineup.
exactly. And will this build traction though? You know, 5 rounds lost in a row for San Jose State, and look at this. You got a broken bye here for UH Premier.
Yeah,
You got
after 5
pistols,
rounds.
and Panzer's close with the rifle. Now looking at the mini map, 4 players. Oh, a player towards drop. Jeremy, he's gonna actually. Did his gun drop? No, it didn't. He's off. Panzer, the only rifle towards tree. He's gonna find 1 kill. Can he find some more? He's holding the angle. And oh my god, he finally gets traded off. And that is all she wrote here for San Jose State. 3 players with pistols on Houston have found 2 rifles.
Yeah, I mean, a valiant effort, let's call that, to try to bring this back into the hands of SJSU from Armand's clutch there. That's the kind of round that can hype up your team, but they were just so hesitant. And that was a broken bye, as you mentioned. I don't know if they kind of realized it until after, but they really shouldn't be losing rounds like that when they have that kind of weaponry. They're kind of going for this kind of one-faced attack towards the B site. They're not really throwing any variations. They're just going for the gunfights. Frio going to take a gun, though, away early. They need to try to bring in a little more of a strategic approach, in my opinion.
Fire Chong. Gonna fight back and deny that AK, and he should be able to pick that up as well. But still being careful. Fire wants to redeem that, but Tawny towards Chicken Coop. Armand, oh my god. Armand gets the first shot off, but he has a pistol, right? So AK is far superior in that angle. Why is Tawny just continuing to eliminate these undergeared
Yeah, like I said, they're not going for anything here, which is kind of weird. I don't on any team that I play on, and you're gonna realize this firsthand in a couple weeks. Like any kind of default when you have a force buy is just not gonna fly. You have to try something to equalize the weaponry, and
Yeah,
just kind of
it's
defaulting out and going one by one on an eco is literally prolonging your deaths. It's getting your team in a bad mindset because you're like, oh my god, another one, another one. Like the dominoes are falling. You gotta play it together. Keep that team mindset. It's
oh yeah,
essential.
default eco is the worst. One of the worst things you could do.
Not gonna really get anything done. I mean, it was great for Freeld. Like, I don't mind one guy going towards like lower A there. Like, there was kind of a play to start. Freeld gets that kill, but nobody was there to support him. They were all just kind of waiting outside B and didn't do anything after Fire Chuang hit that flank there out into on the ramp position out in lower mid. Just kind of.
Oh, wait, what? Panzer got an ace? Is that right?
I don't. Did he? I thought Fire Chuang had to kill that round.
Apparently, he has an ace. Apparently, but I saw the 4K twice though.
Yeah, I think he had 2 for. I don't know. We'll check the CVO stats.
Yeah, go TV. EU. But fast play towards long B. Tawny. Drop the miracle flash. Nothing, but he will find a kill. Flashbang actually up here. He's gonna reposition himself, shooting through the smoke. Another flash come up. Panzer's completely blind. Actually dominate this and finds another 2K to hold this off, but down to Jeremy and for real. And this is, they've tried and try again. Now Jeremy 1v3, all he's holding this off. They find this kill for statue, but no bullets to follow up. Could have been doable.
Penzor does have 2 4Ks, but no aces. So I don't know if somebody said they had an ace. They did. They did. He did not have an ace yet.
Oh, it's just K. Yeah, then my stats are messed up. Since he's 170 ADR, 1 4K, 1 5K.
Yeah, no, he had a 4K. Oh, the stats like in-game show warm up and knife round kills too.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Figured.
I checked on the Evo page and it just says he's got 2 4Ks. I mean, it's still a stellar performance. Like not really rivaled in the server as far as kills and ADR go right now. He's doing so much damage here. Now finally SJSU gonna try something on their eco. They're gonna head towards lower A. Fire Chuang baiting out. Throw that molly into the stairwell, and that's gonna buy them some time to rotate out of this, and that may send SJSU reeling out towards the B site. Now they're kind of going into that pistol default that I don't like again.
Now I'm not sure if you know anything about Pokemon, but what Pokemon is that on Fire Chuang? It's
That's
like
a Cyndaquil. It's a Cyndaquil.
Cash D was like Cyndaquil.
Oh, I do competitive
use
Pokemon
Ember.
battling. Get on my level.
Use Ember. There we go. Panzor doing his thing. It's just an eco here for San Jose. It feels like they've been ecoing forever. As they did get reset, mind you. Panzor another kill. Fire Chuang's gonna chime in as well. As San Jose bomb on the back of Dom. Gonna go get this kill, but no. Cash D to cash in on 2 kills. Now make it 9-1. I'm actually very surprised. What do you think's going on at San Jose State?
San Jose State, they're just, I don't know, they're hitting like a mental wall. All of these players are kind of even in the server. Nobody's had like one really kind of step up round other than Armand. And from there, they hadn't really been able to build anything. That reset was just so harsh on their economy. And now they're finally getting back towards that max loss bonus where they can go for these fast plays and these kind of off-the-wall chances of getting something done. They're going to head straight down drop, and they are going to trade out Cool. It's not going to be able to get a nade off. Armand out long, going to take down Tawny. Panzer and Pizza going to find one more. He's good for 2 here, and that's going to even things out.
But the huge point is that it's evened out. Like, you feel like Panzer should be getting those kills. He's always coming up with multiple kills.
And important ones at that.
Yep, and now chooses to swing wide, finds Cash. He'll get tickled, and Fire Chuang not gonna take any damage at all. Let's look at the scoreboard. 10-1. Panzer 20 kills, man. Like the person second behind him is playing on the other site with less than half.
The point is he got so many multi-frag rounds right now. Positions that he should be easily getting traded out of there. Like, he shouldn't be able to win that second gunfight from Pizza. He's got the lower angle. Like, they have a superior angle coming out, and they can just double peek, and there is enough room for them to do that. But they go 1 by 1, and he's able to get 2 kills there, going to even things out, where they could have potentially had an advantage and a lot more site control. what they had based on the timings of them getting in there. They had to clear that position sooner, and they didn't.
After experiencing San Jose the best the previous year, and I guess the previous season, passed out, balls to the wall, and they will actually capitalize with a far advantage, make that a 3, make it actually forced to fight this off. They know where he is, 3 bullets, and he's the first to die as Armand's gonna finish him. So a fast play. San Jose State is very known to do these things. These guys are a bunch of aimers.
They're savages.
Yeah, the savages. Is it? Yeah, exactly. And you know, it's nice to see different play styles within the collegiate scene, but this is one of them. But obviously, it's not working too hard against UH Premier. They will find this round, but can they get followed up, or will they just be followed up with a hard reset? They've got full utility, no op, but an op is finally in play. First time we're seeing this actually in this match. That's gonna be towards A, where no one is gonna be home.
It's game over if they get reset here. Panzer, though, going to switch his position up, and he is going to be traded out on the first one. Thani chiming in to trade him off. Having the advantage and finding information here is going to be key. Thani needs to stay alive. His teammates are already rotated into the site. This is already a lost cause for SJSU, but the bomb is committed. Dom going to find 1 kill to start. Sees Cassidy looking for one at the door. He's going to find a 2nd kill. Dom swinging wide now to give his team an advantage briefly.
It's off, going to do some work. We haven't heard it been shot. Actually, it was shot, but found here, and look at that. They both chime in. For real, all by himself. The bomb's not planted. He knows one's close, but this is how he spots the opper. Now, Cool Kids. We haven't seen too much from this player. Always plays those close angles. Now, for real, he's got
he's
the
just
bomb
gonna
on his back.
do it.
Yep, he's
not going to beat him there, though. Like, Cool Kids is reading this so hard.
All he needs to do is
He's going to hear
he's
him.
in a good spot. Yep. Real. Pretty
Wow.
easy round for Cool Kids, but San Jose
Yeah.
State. What went wrong in that round? Like,
They were just so committed to that site. They sent nobody down drop. The drop control kind of fell to that Molotov early. I saw one player, I think it was Coco, smoke it out. But then the 2 players in drop didn't, commit. They didn't go. If you're going to waste your smoke on that Molotov, you might as well try to get some control into drop, find a trade. You can't shoot at both of you at once, and you can hope that one guy's in there. But just ultimately not going to work out. And SJSU kind of overcommitting to that site early, allowing these players to get, again, multi-frag rounds. But Frio going to chime in early as Tawny getting aggressive towards long. That's going to open things up just briefly. Panzorg with a quick trade, though. Once again, the story of this game, Panzorg's impact frags. Firetrong and Jeremy trading out frags now as Armand. He wants one as well. This is kind of an all-out frag fest for both sides now. Cassidy on the flank, and Coco Butter knows it.
yeah, and I was about to say, Zach, like, they got reset, but they forced up. I was like,
They kind of had to.
Yeah, it's.
They don't
It's
have
working.
rounds to give up at this point, and when you're in that 11-round territory, you're looking at a 13-2 half if you don't win the gun round that you saved for.
Now, they've got equipment. Armand, that quick switch will actually save his life finding that frag against Cassidy. Now, Panzor gets denied by Kokobutta. So, 3 rounds. If these got, look at the money, actually, for UH Premier. Oh my god, they're actually broke for the 2nd time this game.
Yeah, I
This
mean,
half.
I don't know how it like they're getting hard reset here, and obviously when you get reset, it's gonna hit you harder if you're the counter-terrorist. All those government taxes make your guns much more expensive. So
Yeah, you guys know. But
yeah,
this is the last round of the first half. San Jose State has been struggling, but they've been managing the last few rounds here. Can they find the last round against UH Premier? Fast B once again looks like they don't give a damn about A.
they're all out towards the B side once again. They're going for a lack of drop control. That Molotov delaying them so much, and these nades are raining in. Firestrong needing to go big from this position if they want to hold this off. They do have a player up on tree working with that Deagle. Jeremy holding the flank. And Firestrong going to chime in first. Jeremy needs to find this kill, and will. Armand and Dom also find kills in quick succession, and Cash D left on the flank with the dream. SJSU managing to salvage something out of this half.
Yeah, this is like their playstyle. Like I cannot like oh my god, what is that, Armand? Regardless though, 11-4, it's definitely still doable. But UH Premier, from my experience with them, they were a scary CT team on Inferno. Let's just say that. Doing SK things against us. Not really prepared for that. But their T side was lackluster. For sure.
Yeah,
Didn't really do any crazy strats. Just kind of did similar San Jose State stuff, like run out, balls.
that's the theme, I think. And like I said, I always say this to the teams that kind of think, okay, we're just going to pick up 5 nutty fraggers and that's how we're going to play. Obviously, that's probably the strategy you're going to go with. But when you start running into, you know, your Robert Morrises, your UBCs, they're going to just outstrat you if they have to. And if you can't change the facets of your game, like if you're relying all on frags, all on going out quickly, and all on basically out-aiming all 5 players in the server on the other team, you're going to lose games to good teams. You're never going to break past that plateau. And I think that's kind of the problem here, that I think SJSU is lacking that strategic side to their game.
They're lacking a little discipline as well.
Yeah.
I definitely see it.
They're kind of, I don't know if they have like a dedicated IGL, but it kind of looks like they don't. So like, 'cause if you have a dedicated IGL who's like really good at shot calling on the run, he's going to be telling you like whether you should be going forward, whether you should be stopping, but it seems like they're all just, you know, W is held down and
the thing is,
doing what they can.
Sometimes it's kind of upsetting to admit this, but it does actually work sometimes. When you go fast paced, and if the other team doesn't like put a lid on it or stitched up real fast, a remedy to solve what's going on,
you put them on the clock.
It just bleeds like crazy, right? Well, San Jose, that's what kind of happened towards the end. Fast paced, B, you know what I mean? And then they just go A after they find like those ecos. Actually, I think every time they had an eco, they would get guns and then hit B. Sorry, they had pistols, hit B, get guns, and hit A. I think it's happened twice now.
See what they do here. A default on pistol, which is interesting. And Jeremy chiming in, needing to hit big shots here. As I said, he was one of the players to watch for the side of SJSU, but really hasn't been present in this game as far as impact goes. And looking for one more towards long. Tawny also fighting that one out, but the bomb's making its way towards long A. 2 passive players remain in the A site holding off these choke points. Panzer looking for one into drop, and he's going to take down Armand. That's going to give drop control, and that's actually going to put some pressure on SJSU, although Panzer not looking the right direction. Friel going to shut him down, and Cash D finds one in the meantime. There's fights going on all over the map right now, but the bomb's made its way into the A site. The counter-terrorists are peculiarly pinched right now in Connector, and it looks like Coco Butter trying to get into sight and force the issue before the flank comes through.
Oh, he's getting body shots to make it awkward. That's pretty far from Cash D. 12-4. Both pistols going to Houston. Oh boy.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you can't win games if you don't win pistol. I mean, you can't, like, there's those interesting games where somehow you manage to lose both pistols and you'll win, but like the score is automatically going to be something like 16-8, 16-10. It's not a dominating victory. And pistols are so important. You can't really afford to throw it away if you're either side there.
Also, it kind of sets the mentality of the match, right? Like,
yeah, Armand shouldn't have been peeking that hard, I don't think. Like, he's been kind of a one-mode player this game. He hasn't really changed his pace at all, and they did have the advantage. So his decision to look up and to drop, and then to re-peek into the bullets trying to get the kill, I mean, that arguably lost his team around that single decision.
Yeah, honestly, you gotta give it to Houston, though. They pulled out the strats, and they make me eat my words. They are looking pretty solid. Look at this default. They're holding for the pushes. They know San Jose State have the mentality to push somewhere, and what could really tease these guys is if they get an eco kill. There's a free gun. I feel like San Jose would just go for it, right? Actually just bait these things, but for real, Eagle, all by 3 Houston players looking to make their way down for this drop. Mac 10 cool kids, and they actually find a kill. Eagle from Coco, but I actually finds 1 kill, gets straight up by Tommy, and for real, finds a headshot to fire.
He's got armor too.
This could be a very smart play for real.
These rounds are kind of just turning into such chaotic rounds where everybody's chiming in all over the map. The frags are coming in so quickly. Tawny's clearing out the site. I think they know Friel's in lower A. Tawny playing very safe for some reason. Maybe hoping that this flank gonna come in through lower and it may actually do some damage here. Friel gonna go down. Cash's flank going to be huge there. Jeremy needing to shut down the player in sight. With the Deagle looking to find the flick. Not gonna connect on the first shot, but will do some damage. Don't think he's gonna save on this. He's probably gonna try to get this damage done. Kashi holding a nice angle, and he's gonna go down.
Jeremy. 5 bullets. Oh my god! 2 bullets. No time to defuse. Yeah, there's no time.
He doesn't have it.
I'm gonna watch him fly.
He might live.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, that AK is actually big, and the damage is big too, but
I feel like San Jose State, if you fight them on A site, whether they're T or CT, in a clutch situation, I feel like you just lose, I guess. That's what it seems like the case. But 13-4, still a lot of work. Actually, what am I saying? UH won that round, guys. It's 13-4.
sure is. I mean, SJSU, like I said, it's a small consolation for all that damage to be found here, and you'll see what it does to the economy of UH Premier. There's a couple players not going to be able to do anything, and Friel going to be good for 1 here. That's actually a decent trade to have, but the information given.
Oh, dumb. Huge happening. Jeremy, the only rifle here for San Jose State. Now the only player. Oh, Cash. That
1
rail.
HP.
That rail. My god. Oh, god. That sucks. Like, these guys got slightly CSGO'd that round. Like, Dom, if he got that kill, he would have. The bomb would have dropped. Got to pick up an AK. Maybe he would have got trade right away. But
Counter-Strike can be a very frustrating game like that, where it's like a single small decision, as I said, like Armand's decision to peek, can turn a whole round on its head for your team. People don't realize how important your decision making can be. So developing your aim and your mechanical skill, and developing your decision making, your understanding of what your decisions are going to do to the rest of your team in the game, that could be huge. But what else is huge is SJSU once again going to be good for a first pick, but we'll see if they're able to capitalize. This is not the first time they've had a chance to do this.
yeah, and still got some room to work with. But regardless, UH Premier should group up. They should attack a site. Oh my god, he actually gets a kill into Cocoa Butter. It's equalized out, and this is not good for San Jose. Because Dom's got to actually linger here, and Friel might just rotate. He's staying.
Smokes are raining in now. Molotovs as well. Armand going to be put under pressure and drop, but just for a moment as they make their way out plat. All 4 players still chiming in and finding the first one. Yet this is a cleanup now for SJSU, something that they absolutely needed as they need to be near perfect here on out. They'll keep 4 alive.
I don't like that strat.
Yeah, I don't know.
There was no smoke for anything on B site. They just straight up fought San Jose State, which you don't do, clearly.
Yeah, I know. It's like, I don't know. It's kind of interesting, the decision to just fly out with 4 there.
I think it's like a lack of respect or understanding that the positioning and also like
The situation.
Players, the situation itself.
It's interesting decision. I mean, we're gonna see UH Premier force up once again. 2 players gonna be able to go onto AKs, Firestrong and Panzor, but the fact that they decide to go out 4 like that, I mean, if you go down a man early on CT side or on T side cobble, there's a lot of places where you can make solo peaks happen or double peaks happen, where you can maybe try to equalize things out before you decide what to do. But just committing like that to T side.
Firestrong, able to trade out team damage as well. Tawny with the scout. San Jose. The player close, and that's he actually misses the crucial kill. Tawny's actually gonna find Jeremy from up there. Now Armand and Cocoa to make that Cocoa all by himself. This is not good. Match point might just be sealed.
They'll have enough money to buy something into the next round, and Panzor gets the kill through smoke. As UH Premier now going to go 10 up in rounds, and that's right, they have match point to work with. 28 frags coming out here from Panzor. There's unprecedented performance. Nobody really replying.
Yeah. So match point. It's gonna be 3 rifles, 2 upgraded pistols here for San Jose. Let's see how they choose to set up this round. Cool Kids already running down middle. Within the first 10 seconds of this round, Firetron is gonna be Cool Kids actually wins that duel to for real, and now towards out flat. Pokemon is gonna go down.
Yeah, that's it
as well, and Dom in a 1v5.
Yeah, this has got to be a GG, I think. I mean, UH Premier just heading out into the B site and winning every single one of their trades. Frio failing to get a very important kill there. Ash going to be dinged up. Bomb has gone down, and he's actually just keeping this player on the A side. He's just throwing it with him now.
Oh my god. So that is how it ends here in this matchup. Houston will find 16 over San Jose's 5 rounds, and looking pretty clean. Now, both teams had scheduling issues, and I'm surprised that, like, Houston, I've been looking at some of the CEVO, like, the comments, right? These guys, I think Houston just needs to make some more room for their CSL matches and play on time or whatever it is, and they will probably make playoffs.
They could try. I mean, this win is huge. As I said, SJSU almost absolutely needed to win that game to get in. And now the best they can hope to do is, unfortunately, to play spoilers for your guys.
Yeah, it's they I don't know how it works out, but
They can't get in with that. They can't. Now that they lost this game, going 0-3 to start, like, not going to work. It's not going to happen.
oh, they're 0-3?
I'm pretty sure. Maybe they're 2. Am I looking at the wrong stat?
Oh.
I might be looking at the wrong team.
Well, guys, I'm actually very surprised. I've grown a new respect for Houston as
Okay, no, this loss makes them 1-3.
Oh god. That's
So even
kinda puts them
going
out.
like even if they win their last 2 games, the other teams that are going to have similar records, like, your UH Premiers, maybe even Maryville by the end of this, they're going to have the head to head over you. There's no way. I don't think they can get in.
Thing is, dang, that sucks. I mean,
Yeah,
obviously
you don't realize it while you're playing probably, but, like, yeah,
yeah.
that one's going to count them out of contention. I'm almost certain of it.
My god. But guys, what a huge surprise. And kind of not I don't want to throw shade at San Jose State, but like I feel like you say this all the time, like they have the aim. If they just played a little bit more discipline, if they just had a little bit more of a structure, um, they would win more rounds, right?
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, like I said, you're not going to get far without having that second facet to your game. You can have all the aim that you want, but there are teams in this league that are going to equalize and even double up on you aim wise sometimes. Like, skill wise, the gap can still be there, and not having that sort of second tool to use, your strategic play, using your numbers, communicating with your team, and having good chemistry. The intangible factors that brings for your team are going to even things out for you, or even set you apart from some other teams. And if you don't really want to work on that stuff, you're not going to get far. You're not going to be able to make playoffs. You're not going to be able to, even if you do make playoffs on aim alone, the first time you run into one of these top 10, top 15 schools, you're going to get dumpstered. It's just how it's going to work.
Yeah, it's like as the collegiate scene kind of grows and you see different play styles, like it's kind of like I want to see UCF play against Caney Brook, right? Caney Brook is slightly similar to San Jose State, but they've got like way more experience, right? And these guys are active in Maine and MDL, and it's you want to see stuff like that, but versus a team that I think UCF is an IM. Correct me if I'm wrong, but like, but those guys play together, and but Caney Brook, they've got talent across everywhere in different teams, right? They don't play together. It's kind of like one of those things. Like, what does it come down to? Like 5-1 right now, they're 5-1, um, and UCF clean 7-0. Regardless of the conference, or whatever, but I definitely want to see those two schools duke it out. Like, it'll kind of prove our fact in a sense, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's so many little things and little like nuances to how these teams could end up matching up against each other that it's hard to predict what is going to happen going into it right now. I mean, like I'm gonna have to do it because look out for a power rankings coming out by the end of the season. I'm planning on doing another one before playoffs to kind of give people a gauge and what to look out for with some of these teams that we maybe haven't seen on stream so much, or teams that maybe just snuck in with other, as well as other teams that maybe were at the top and have fallen, or maybe have solidified their place amongst those top teams and maybe weren't even in the last top 10. Cough, cough, UCF.
Yeah, and this is gonna be interesting for my boys. They have to play San Jose
That's going to
and
be a must
Carlton.
win.
It's gonna be interesting. But
Yes.
guys, let's talk about MVPs real quick. San Jose stat. Let's hear it, Zach.
Like I want to say Armand because he had that one round that was so good, and like he had a couple of like important entries. But like at the same time, as many good plays as he had, he also made bad plays that he didn't realize cost his team more than just the decision that was made. It was more than just a death in a lot of those situations, and I don't know. It's hard to say any certain one of them was a MVP in this one, but I guess maybe like Friel. Friel had a lot of like important kills that he did get, and he kind of made certain rounds possible. So I guess I'll say Friel. We'll go Friel.
Oh, okay. Okay, now over on the Houston side.
Got to be Panzor, right? I mean, 131 ADR. He had 5 2Ks, 2 4Ks, and a 3K. That's a combined 8 multi-frag rounds that he's going to have in a 16-5 win. So half of the rounds that you lost, he was not being traded. You got to consider that.
That's true. Um, yeah, my MVP for San Jose though, Armand. He apparently had 4 1vx's.
Yeah, I mean,
My
he did
God.
have those all the clutches that happened were him, like I
And
said. But
I guess 5 out of those rounds, he won 4 of them.
interesting. It's interesting how it played out, but at the same time, like I said, there's so many decisions that he made that were so crucial to not make. I don't know. He over pushed so many times. He would give up his life so many times in certain positions.
Like, I don't know, like these both these teams are in my conference, Zach. So it's like give me a little bit of PTSD and like anxiety and a mix of being nervous. But like, oh god, like I'm like looking at the stats for both teams, and like the forfeit wins that we have are just like unfortunate. It just kind of like ticked me off that so many schools just couldn't play. Um, but regardless, so guys, gonna wrap up this. If you like what you saw, of course, hit that follow button and feel free to tweet at us at our personal Twitters on your screen. And guys, regardless of the scoreline, San Jose State was a standing force 2 years ago. I guess last season as well, or last semester. But they're falling with their current meta that they're applying it. Maybe they're not putting the hours. I remember recalling talking about this to Mahone before. Some of these, I think it was like combined with San Jose State. I think it was last year. I don't know what season it was, but these guys did not combined 5 players like 20 hours. Uh, it's across 2 weeks or something with CS. And I talked to these guys personally. Like, yeah, they're studying. They've got a lot like life things to deal with, but like it just sucks. San Jose used to be like they're the champions, right? And times have changed. A lot of new talent. You don't know if Houston actually picked up new talent, or Houston's been around just the same as San Jose, I believe, as well. But they've kind of evolved into. They've got Panzor. There you go. What am I saying? Like, no need to talk about them. But guys, as I say that, as the collegiate scene grows, there's more and more schools that will jump into the action and find their glory in Division 1 or Division 2, which is completely free. If you guys, schools out there are trying to establish that 5-man team to compete in Division 1 or Division 2, and, it comes down to, I feel like, me and Zach are probably on the same page here. The teamwork and the chemistry and playing together and kind of like understanding what each other do, like what your teammates will do, kind of bolds more than individual skill. Um, when it comes down to it, I think you even quoted Dazed, that, or actually Steel. Steel or Dazed, that
I'm
it
trying to
could
remember what I said.
it shouldn't come down to the mechanical skill.
Dazed. It was Dazed.
Yeah, Dazed, like the grandfather of CS that you called him, and He really is, and this is true. It doesn't have to come down to your mechanical skill, like your pure aim, to win the rounds. You
Yeah.
need that chemistry. Now I'm like telling you guys out, whoever's like watching this or will watch this, you gotta build as a team, and it's so crucial because you don't want your team to tilt. You want your mentality to be healthy. You guys, like, once if you lose 5 rounds in a row, like, is it gonna continue, or will there be like a change in mentality after a pause? Like, there's different things I'll play in the Counter Strike, and that's why I love this game as an esport. It is so intricate, and there's different things that take place. Well, yeah,
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Just to go off of what I did say is with the days thing, people really got to understand it. Like I said, I kind of alluded to it a little bit in the stream when I said like, you can have 5 nutty aimers as much as you want. Like you're gonna have to at some point work on your strategic side. The
yeah,
thing is like working on your mechanical aim yourself